Okay, it's 6 o'clock, so we'll get started. We appreciate Franklin County and driving over this evening, and we appreciate this opportunity to be able to work together as two boards. We're in this together as far as the airport authority, and I'd like to remind each one tonight that this meeting is about if we want to go through a forensic audit with the airport authority, and if so, how many years we want to do that forensic audit, and then which company. So it will be pretty well in that order. And first of all, I'd like to introduce the commissioners of Hart County. If you're a commissioner for Hart County, would you mind introducing yourself?
I want them. Joey Dorsey.
Ricky Carter.
And
Frank Teasler.
Mr. Bennett's not here. Okay, and I'm Marshall Sayer, Chairman of Hart County Board of Commissioners. Jason, if you would ask your guys to introduce.
I'm Jason Mackinson. I'm the chair, and our commissioners are right here at this table. So if you guys want to introduce yourself.
Ryan Swells.
Robert Franklin.
Kyle Holster.
And we also have Derek Turner as our county manager, and Kayla Finger as our clerk. So they're here tonight too.
And also we got Terrell Farpane as our county manager here. So with all the introductions accomplished here, the first order of business I would ask for, do we want to proceed with a forensic audit of the Franklin County Airport? And I'd ask for a motion, a yay or nay, and then we'll vote on that.
For us.
Anybody?
Is there any discussion about what was presented? Can we be public about the options and the companies?
Yes, we will get it. But first, do we want to have an audit?
I'll make a motion that we proceed with an audit.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Swales. Do we have a second?
I'll second it. I think we need to.
Okay. We got a
I think we
second.
need to at least discuss it and get
Right.
to that point.
Okay, we got a second by Commissioner.
Are we gonna vote? Last time we did it kind of by board. We gonna. It's fine if we want to do it by group, but
Well,
I think it probably needs to be board.
Probably so.
okay, we'll
Okay,
do it.
all right.
We'll do that.
It's
All right.
gonna be a lot cleaner anyway.
Yeah.
okay. So on our board, who made the motion?
I made the motion.
All right, and who made the second?
Franklin County.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so Swells and Wester.
Okay, Joey, you want to?
I'll make a motion for Hart County.
And I second that motion.
Okay. Second.
Okay, all in favor in Franklin County of the motion to proceed with an audit. That's our.
Discussion first before.
Sure, go ahead. This motion is just to decide if we're going to pursue an audit, and then we would decide which company we're going to go with. So, any of you have anything you want to talk about or discuss in particular?
No.
Okay, hearing none.
Not until we're ready to.
And again, this is not a motion to pick an auditor. This is just to move forward with it. So all in favor of the motion to move forward with an audit of the Franklin Hart? Signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries 4-0.
Okay. Hart County has a motion by Commissioner Dorsey and a second by Commissioner Teasley to go forward with an audit. All in favor, raise your right hand. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposed 4. So it's clear that we want to go forward with the audit. Now the next item will be how many years we want to go, or what years we want to go, 2016 through 2018, 2014 through 2018, 2012 through 2018. And I'll ask Hart County, is there a motion on which years we want to proceed?
I'll give you my opinion. I think if we're going to do it, we need to do it. But just go back to 2012. Do the 7-year audit. We need to give these folks on the airport authority a clean slate so that we truly understand what's going on. We both have a vested interest in this thing. There's questions that have come up that we don't have some answers for on an audit. And I know it was a fuel, it could very well be something easily explained, but I've got questions, and that's just my thoughts. And until we can get answers to those questions, I don't feel like it's fair to the authority members to continue to operate with this cloud. I think we need to give them a clean slate. We can do that by doing this 7-year audit, get this thing cleaned up, and let's get it behind us. We all have a lot more important things to do.
We'll put that in form of motion.
I'll put that in form of motion.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Dorsey to
Do-
change this 7-year. Do we have a second?
Second.
I was going to say, do y'all want to let them, because we need to be on the same page about that before we go forward.
It needs to match.
So let's discuss that. Are we in agreement with a 7? Do we want to consider 5, 3? We need to, because if we're going to split the cost, we need to all be on the same page.
That's great.
I agree with what he was saying, the 7.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the 7.
Okay. All right. We all go ahead then, and we'll.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. We got a motion and a second. All in favor? Okay, it's 4 of it. Hart County.
2 seconds.
I did.
All right, Mr. Marcus.
Okay. Is there a motion that we pursue a 7-year audit?
I'll make a motion that we pursue a 7-year audit.
Okay. Commissioner Swells makes a motion. Commissioner Franklin seconds the motion. Any discussion? All in favor signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0 to pursue a 7-year audit.
Okay. Now we get down to probably where we want to have discussion. I mean, there's, 3 different companies here, and I'm sure there's different ideas. And there's quite a differences on prices. So as far as I'll let you lead this time, Jason, since I've done the second one. You go ahead and start.
Well, if we're looking at a 7-year audit, the three quotes are from Jaramillo Accounting Group, and that's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, for $50,575. And then the second one is Carr, Riggs, and Ingram of Miramar Beach, Florida. 7-year audit was $40,000. And then the third was HKA Global, which was a 7-year audit for $50,000. So you basically have 2 that are approximately $50,000, and then Carr and Riggs and Ingram came in second at $40,000. So everybody hopefully has had time to look at those audits. We can open it up for discussions. Hey, do you have preference for one company or the other?
Which on our board or clerks compiled?
We received it from Hart County. Hart County actually received the RFPs and opened them, and then they sent to us at that meeting the other night.
I guess I'd like to know whoever was actually dealing with these how they
Well,
felt they were.
that would be me.
Okay.
And what I've done is I do the same, again, y'all should have had a copy of the RFP. Since I've got them back and I've delivered them y'all, I've done the checking like we normally do on that stuff. I found that, all, just going by the RFP itself, Section E, independents, none of them have any reference to done any work, none of their associates ever done any work or anything for either county or the airport authority, so they met that requirement. In the section for experience, you read through them, they all got basically about the same experience. I pulled their license from the state. All of them hold the state to do their job in the state of Georgia. The New Mexico company had a lot of references in there, but nothing in the southeast United States state. The other 2 is pretty much equal. The HKA is a global company. They got offices all over the world. They don't, one of them don't have a Georgia. The other 2 do have satellite offices in Georgia. The Carr, Riggs, and Ingram has done a lot of governmental audits. forensic audits. And they had two references listed. I called one of them, didn't make contact with the other.
And they're the cheaper.
Yeah, and the HKA Global, they listed two references. I got one of the two of them. They listed three. I got one out of the three of them. And the one out of New Mexico, they listed a lot of companies, but nobody for me to contact as a reference, so I didn't have a contact number. But just looking at them overall, they all meet the specs that we put out in RFP. So on the insurance, they all had to require on the insurance. So the only difference I see in the companies from what I've done.
Did the company out of Florida, did they indicate how much anticipated?
The company out of Florida has an Atlanta office that does the Georgia work. And this is a total cost. And you go back and break down the hours, if there's something extra we asked for, the company out of Florida was half price per hour for anything extra than the other two. Hopefully, if they go in and do the contain audit, we'll know it'll be the set price. If we happen to come up with something, we need one, ask them to do something different or more, it's an hourly rate. And their hourly rate, I don't, it was half what the other.
I think I read in their packet, they work in Georgia.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have for God, I read this all this afternoon. I remember this.
Is Unadilla
Yeah,
County?
Unadilla, the city of Unadilla.
Sorry, the city, yes.
One thing I had reservations about HKA Global, that it seems like there are a lot of out-of-pocket stuff that they may add on. I don't know if we're going to know the true cost of that until the end versus we have a clear idea what the other two are going to charge.
That concerned me because they had a lot that they stuck in there at the bottom of their.
Their quote wasn't clear cut like the other.
Well, to me, the CRI group was probably the best bet. The fact that they do have the governmental experience and they are the cheaper of the three options. Just my thoughts. And we do have a good reference on them.
Yes.
And they were, what, 40,000?
Yes.
CRI, yeah,
47 years.
7 years.
So if
And like, once we do this audit, this 7-year audit, we'll, there was like from that point on, year after year or every 2 years or something like that, and there was Franklin County will pay for it 1 year, and then we'll pay for it 1 year to.
Actually, the airport authority has it done.
Oh, yeah.
Just like we do.
so they would pick it up from that point.
But now one thing I think that was that we had records
It was a
of.
balance sheet more than an audit.
Yeah, it was not to be an audit each year.
I think so.
I do too. That's
think
what
that-
state law
that's
requires
what
it to do.
So
You're required by law.
that's what I think we ought to be given each year as each county, regardless of. I just think we should get it each year. We have not. I know Franklin County has not. So.
Especially with
their
their-
find on record which one we got.
The amount of money flowing through there, grant money and things like that, that's potentially going to be going through.
So how do we feel about the second one, Carr, Riggs, and Ingram? That's 40,000. So we would split that. So each county would be 20,000.
50-50. We need that understood. I should have went over that to start with. Our understanding is Hart County pay 50% and Franklin County pay 50%.
And that's what we'd already agreed upon.
Right.
We would split it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel good about them. The governmental, I feel good that they've actually done the state of Georgia too.
Right. So do y'all want to go first? We just want to make sure everybody's on the same wavelength and before we vote.
And, okay.
I read all three of these, but it says 7 years. But I may be missing something, but the only thing I can count up is 6 years.
You got to count the year that you start in.
That's 2012.
It'll be 2012.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Well, when I wrote this down here, where I can better understand it. From 2012 to 2013 will be 1 year.
No, that's not true. 2012 will be 1 year. 2013 will
You're
be,
gonna start in June of 2012.
that's the fiscal year.
They start their
So
fiscal
you're
year.
gonna go to June of 2013.
But that's going to be 1 year.
From June to June.
Yes.
June.
Whatever their budget year is.
Well, the 2012 fiscal year, if it starts in June, would actually start in June of 2011, right?
Correct.
Because it would end.
Yeah.
It ends, whatever it's named, it ends in the June of that. So it would actually be 11, 12, if you're counting it that way, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You're gonna have to do some work in 11.
Well, it's just the timing. You can do it over a 12-month period, so it's still a year.
You understand
But
that?
when the fiscal year starts,
But these things, the report says they're gonna start in June of 2012 and go to June of 2013. That's 1 year. If you go from June 13, to June 14, that's 2 years.
And they're speaking of the fiscal years.
Well, I understand that, June to June, that's the fiscal year. If they're gonna start in June, they're gonna end
Ricky,
in June.
June of 2012 backs up to 2011.
Well, that's not what I read in here. They said they will start in June 30th of 2012.
To do the fiscal year of 2.7.
Is there a difference? Is there
Not just a few, but it looked like it'd be 6 years to make it.
is there a difference in the fiscal year for Franklin and Hart? Our fiscal year runs that way.
ours October 1. to
Okay,
September.
so they would have to understand that.
Again, I'll be back on the phone, be on the phone with them, we'll iron out whatever differences you have with whoever.
They need to determine the fiscal year.
What's in their bylaws?
June 30th?
So it's like Franklin County. Okay. That's what I was
Y'all
thinking.
said that we're gonna have to do 2011 to get to the end of 2012. Will that year coming in there?
Correct.
Any other discussion for Hart County? All right, y'all, we want to make a motion and vote, and then we'll turn it over to y'all, and y'all make a motion and vote. Okay,
I'll make a motion that we choose the group CRI to do a 7-year fiscal year audit of the Hart Franklin Airport Authority finances. And that would include sharing or cost 50/50 on a 50/50 basis with Franklin County, this accounting firm as well.
okay, can I have a second?
Second.
We got a second by Commissioner Teasley. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor? All right, Mr. Max.
Okay, is there a motion to hire one of the auditors?
I'll make the motion that we hire Carr, Riggs, and Ingram to do the audit, for the 7-year audit and the amount.
Okay, Commissioner Wester's made the motion that we go in with Hart County 50/50 and go with Carr, Riggs, and Ingram for 7-year audit. So is there a second to the motion? Second. Okay. Mr. Swale seconds the motion. Any discussion? All in favor signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. And so we'll hire Carr, Riggs, and Ingram for 7-year audit, and we'll split the cost 50/50 with Hart County.
Okay.
As a point of clarification and just as part of this, do we want to continue to have Terrell be the contact person for both counties like we set it up? I mean, I just want to make sure we got some structure in the communication side.
I'm fine if you guys are with him being the primary contact, and then
But I'm gonna have to have him. 'cause
Right, absolutely.
Y'all have possession of the records then.
Right.
You can't do it.
Okay.
But you kind of did this
Sure,
through the
no
RFP, it
problem.
only made sense. That's why I said that.
good.
All right. If nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. Second from Hart County. Or you got any more discussion? Can we get a second from Hart County to adjourn?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah, he
you
made
made
the
one,
second.
okay, second, all right.
That's funny how you look
All
like
in-
I'm crazy.
All in favor? All right. Chairman Max?
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Commissioner Franklin, get it right in a minute. Commissioner Wester makes a motion to adjourn. Yeah. Is there a second? All right. Commissioner Foster seconds the motion. All in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0, and we're adjourned.